right. Hey, all. It's Carol. I wish I were at Mitri Lake in Arizona, where this sunset is from, but I'm still driveway camping in Seattle till uh, another month or two, and then we will set off down south. But I'm here today to do something really fun. I'm mostly going to be screen sharing. I was kind of slow on the draw with this, but there's something we need to add to our audience building jetpack inside of Community Growth Academy, and that's talking about how to get members from inside the Skool universe. And let me share my screen. This is mostly going to be some screen share and fun. It has recently come to my attention that, Skool's got this tool called Discover Communities. And then it's got, I want to say I feel embarrassingly slow on the draw on this on my own community because I've been up for about 9 months. But they have a bunch of categories, like Leanne could be in here in this music category. I've complained already about that there should be more categories than these. There's like 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 categories, and that's all. There used to be more. I've seen old YouTube videos that showed more categories, and I think there totally should be more categories because I am immediately thinking, well, where would I be? Where would Sumit be? Where would unlurkers be in spirituality, in self-improvement, in health? I'm finding this a little bit of a struggle, but here's the thing. These people rank at the top of all schools. And so people come on Skool, and also people are in other schools come on Skool, and they hit this Discover Communities tab, and they start browsing around for other communities they should be in. Once they get kind of the school scene, they start doing other stuff. Yeah, they're like, what else could I belong to? Who else has a free community I could hop in? They start browsing around at things. And getting on top of this is a major source of traffic, getting on top of it in your category. So you'll see as you flip around that this changes to different things. Well, people doing online dancing together. Yeah, self-improvement, I guess, to me goes across a bunch of these. And so in your community somewhere, there is a tag. And I think I checked mine and it was money. Ah, so here's an important screen for you to know about. In your settings in Skool, there's a screen called Discovery. And yeah, this is where your category is. I found it. And so for now, I'm in money. I guess I think that I wish there was an online business one or even a community building one. You'd think Skool might help all of us who are helping people start communities on Skool and building their bank. They might give us a category, but so far, no. But here's the thing. I was at about 4,500 rank. See the rank next to the category here? When I discovered this algorithm and started hearing from people who were really succeeding at playing this. And the first one I think I heard from was Max Person at Course with a K. He did a post recently about how they get like a third of their traffic from inside of Skool. And that's what really kind of sent me on this journey. So I started asking in uh, another school I'm in called Undeterred Entrepreneurs about how people were getting up the rankings in Discovery. And here is the cool and amazing thing to find out is that it's not about you need thousands and thousands of members. That's not how you rank in Discovery. Small communities can rank highly in Discovery. And the way you do it is actually fully explained in here, showing in Discovery how we rank people. These are the things that boost it. These are the things that penalize you. Removing inactive members does not improve your rank. They're okay with lurkers, so that's not a factor. But basically, they want to see people joining, they want to see people staying, and they want to see people, yeah, member growth, engagement, and retention. Those are their three biggies. And obviously, your page looks nice. You have a decent about page. You've got some artwork, you've got some videos up. You are active as the owner. I see that stated like multiple times. You can get up the rankings without a lot of members. So, this Undeterred has, I think this is a free one here. This is a free group with 430 members that he, I think, is monetizing in other ways. Several people popped in here to say they have very small things. Yeah, in 2 weeks, we moved up to 390, in money. Now we're at 335 in money. So people are seeing like quick wins getting up the rankings. So I think this is a reason to think about doing the kind of campaign we were just talking about, Casey, to maybe get a spurt of more activity. Because if that can boost your rankings, then that may become a perpetual motion machine where you start to be seen by more schoolers, and Skool itself becomes a traffic engine. And I'm just really excited about this. I'm gaming it myself. I've already moved up like 500 places since just noticing it. And yeah, so Disa at Undeterred says they're getting about 300 page views a week, which I've asked him, how does he know that? I don't know how you track page views in here yet. So I'm looking to discover that. But yeah, my community is a month old and I'm at 1734 in money. Engagement has a lot to do with it. Right now, I have between 96 and 100% engagement. So really getting people talking on the platform. Though they say that they don't penalize you for having lurkers in the community. So that's kind of the story, is that there's ways to use Skool. I guess I just think this is particularly important for people who don't have a pre-built audience of their own. They don't have a list they're emailing. So aside from discovery, the other major promotional opportunity to me on Skool is to join other communities. So I've been doing that and following other people who seem interesting. And that is something I recommend as well. Let me go back to screen sharing a sec. So yeah, just to give you a sense, like here's all of the communities I've gotten involved in. And obviously some of these are y'all's. Some of these are the ones you guys started. Yeah, Subin, I wanted to know if you would let me in as a free member into Unlurkers.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
send me a invite to do that.
Sure.
If you click on your thing's settings, then and send me that link, I should be able to get a free membership. And but these are not all these are not all CGA members. Some of these are people I think I should learn from. This guy in preschool is interesting. He's all about helping people succeed in school. I wonder if he shut that down. I think he was starting another thing. No, it's still going. Cool. Yeah, so there's lots of advice on here. And once your thing is up, you want to be in Schoolers. You can, this is where the people who run Skool like answer questions, and people who are really knowledgeable about Skool are in answering questions. So yeah, like Joel started doing the newsletter and I wanted to make him an admin for free. He's doing work in exchange for a free membership right now. And I was like, how do you do it? I went in and I couldn't see how, and they were like, yeah, you have to cancel him and then invite him again as a free member, but all his stuff will stay. And I was like, well, that's clunky. Isn't there some better way? So I'm in there all the time. I would say not a week goes by that I'm not in there asking about how to do something, how are people doing something. So, I mean, this is another way to succeed at Skool is to be in here asking questions of the people who have been around longer and are more knowledgeable. 170,000 plus members can't be wrong. But be looking around, look for related niches to yours and be in their communities. And, in many cases, you can kind of talk about what you're doing and people start following you. And yeah, I have gotten more followers than I have 56 followers on here. I haven't done that much. It's only recently that I've really started investing in the time and joining other groups and stuff. So, yeah, think about how to move up your discovery rankings, be joining other groups, be kind of part of the Skool universe of activity that's going on. I'm always nagging them about features I want on Schoolers. I'm like, why can't you do this? And speaking of that, there's a new feature on Skool this week, I think. We have like go live with video. People are definitely starting to play around with it. What I want to know about it, if going live is going to be another engine like Discovery, where they'll show like who's live somewhere on their dashboard for new people who come in. If they start doing that, then I think that becomes interesting and ways in favor of maybe thinking about using their live and going live directly. And also just it's less clunky in terms of going into calendar, I believe, because when you schedule that in calendar, it's going to just let somebody just click on that and it'll just go. Like, let's say I wanted to add an event. Let's see. Yeah, see location, Skool call or Zoom. So obviously they've made that the default. You should be live on Skool. Discovery and this new live video feature both are ways that you can exploit, the resources that are on Skool to maybe find new people to join your community. So that's really all I have. I'm just kind of obsessed with discovery now and getting up those rankings. And I guess what fascinates me is people are reporting being at, rank 300 or 200, which is obviously not the first page of results, and that is they're getting traffic and so people are apparently browsing pretty deep, they're browsing a few pages in their category looking at what's out there. So, I it's like it's a better engine than Google, where we all know you need to be on the first page of Google, or it just doesn't matter. You're nobody. It's over. It sounds like in here you have this ability to get members, get traffic, get people on your about page of your community without being on page one. But if you can get up in the first couple 300, it seems like it can be a life changer. So this is making me want to just like start a lot of conversations on my platform and really get people talking. Also, there's a thing on here where if you have commented, if you've been active on the platform for 30 days running, you get a fire icon by your name. And so then people see you're really active around the Skool world. And this is a challenge for me because I'm always offline on Saturdays. Like I would have to come back on Saturday night in the evening or something and just say something real quick to get one of these 30-day things. So I'm sort of bummed about that. But if you are someone who's online every day anyway, just notice that. And yeah, that's another thing that I'll share. You may or may not have noticed in your profile this this visualization of how often you are on and to what degree. And if you go into, places like Schoolers, you will see. So Sam is obviously one of the founders of Skool and Hermosi. But here's somebody who has had a 30-day activity streak. I think they kind of start, you start seeming like hot stuff, like you're happening, stuff. I think that's another little way to get better known around school is just get on the 30-day train and just be posting somewhere, ask a question, do something every day and be on fire. So so those are just my little school tips. And I've been loving Skool, but now that I'm looking at the ways you can use Skool as a marketing tool, I love it even more because we have a lot of people who do not have a pre-built audience and need to find people. And this seems like a very interesting place to troll for them because people on Skool, we know they're interested in community. They get paid community. So I say give it some focus if you're here on Skool. And if you're not, you should be here on Skool because yeah, this platform's rocking. They're introducing new features like weekly and just leveling up how much value is in what you pay them to run this platform. And it's like the deal of the century as someone who spent, 10,000 plus a month running the back end of my first community and now I pay 97 for all these features. And I don't have to worry about if they stay integrated or they're going to break or it all just works. Amazing. So that's what I've got. Anyway, since you guys are hanging out, you have any other thoughts, questions, ideas?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. And it reminds me of, Amazon, and how the people would go in Amazon into the categories, different categories of books. So it looks like, what you shared seems to be something like that for people who are interested in communities. So that's spot
Yeah,
on.
it's not quite as like, oh, you're looking at that. You should also look at these. Yeah, it's not quite as customized as that Amazon kind of discovery experience, but maybe it will get that way. Who knows? Because yeah, they are constantly leveling up. They have venture capital investment money here. So here at Skool, which is another reason I love it, is that it means that people think that this is just the beginning of what Skool is going to be and that it's going to get so much bigger than it is. So
Yeah,
I have one other thing that I don't know, how useful it's going to be to us yet or not, but I was just sucked into the launch of OfferLab, which is a new thing. I'll just give you a tour of it since we're hanging out. I got in on their like get a free OfferLab thing that you have the ability to build funnels with all kind of other people's stuff. So I can refer people in here and earn money. But here's the thing behind the curtain is that you can build really super easily build funnels of offers where it's, basically you're making your own bundle sale of like, you could give me X amount of money and get all of these things kind of thing. And there's a community where you can chat about it over on Skool. Haha. You can just wade through this marketplace, see, oh, e-commerce, courses and coaching. So you could put together some bonuses. Casey, this could be another thing for you. Let's see what they have in here in terms of travel stuff. Uh, 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 um, oh, their search engines works pretty weirdly. Yeah, it's true. See, so they have like a guide. They have some travel guides. So basically, you cut some kind of deal with these people and add them to your offer. And the trick is we have to do a Zapier integration with our Skool community because the top thing you're going to want to do is put your Skool community in here so that other people can put it in their offers. And I think it's like a 50-50 split or something with everybody. But basically, this could be a whole new world if you can get that Zapier integration to work, which I'm going to be working on, uh, of places where you could get exposure for your community. So fascinating thing, because my sense was that it was set up so only people inside of Skool could refer into it. So this is a workaround to that, where all kinds of people who are putting together affiliate packages, people who are just affiliate sellers who are obsessed with affiliate selling stuff, uh, could be selling your thing on here on OfferLab. So just another fun new tool that we could potentially use, especially those of us who don't have our own audiences to send this to. You just leverage these affiliates audiences. So yeah, it's been a fun week of thinking thoughts about these sort of ways that people without an audience can tap into other people's audiences without having to write a lot of blog posts that show up on a million podcasts, in a fairly simple way. So I love it. That's all I've got. Casey, you have any thoughts, questions?
No, I'm going to check that out. I did notice when you were talking about discovery, I went into my discovery settings, and for whatever reason, I'm classified in money, which is not right. So
Yeah,
they had a little note. They're like, email us, message us, we'll change it.
because they have
And
travel. Do they not have travel?
they don't. Their categories, I think the closest I would be is like self-improvement. So
Mm,
it's a whole thing. And travel's not even like on Substack right now, people are pushing to have a category just on immigration
mm.
because it's such a growing niche. But travel would definitely be the next best thing. I guess self-help that's what I asked them for. And
For now, but get on Schoolers and
mhm,
say there needs to be a travel category. Start
yeah,
agitating. Because I
absolutely.
think they do listen. Their team is in this forum and answering questions and taking
Yeah.
feedback in there. So be agitating
Okay.
for
Yeah, I'm
what
in
it is
that
you
group.
think is
So
missing.
yeah,
That is my
excellent.
advice. And just great
I
way
will
to
do
get
that.
to know people. And you're just like, hey, I don't fit in any of the categories. My community is about moving to Europe. Wink, wink. Just like you're
Yeah.
that there's thousands of people in that group. It's just
Right.
like LinkedIn commenting, where every time you comment, people are seeing your headline of what you do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, but this is awesome because yeah, I went off social media for a while when I was doing my move, and I basically like had I known I was going to do this, I wouldn't have done that, but for my
Right.
own sanity, I did it. So now I'm having to rebuild from the ground up.
Right on.
So, yeah. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm always I'm kind of focused on marketing trainings and want to build kind of a whole course of tips and tricks for everybody. So
Yes,
this is
please.
another building block for the audience building jetpack, and I'm excited.